historic Zanzibar town, the administrative center of the island state of Zanzibar, comprising two large sister islands, Unguja and Pemba, and numerous smaller islands. Zanzibar covers a total area of 2,450 square kilometers, with a population of more than 700,000 people. Women make up more than 50% of this total. Fishing is one of the main activities of the island. Of the islands, and as a source of food, employment, and development for the coastal communities. The fishery of Zanzibar is primarily artisanal in nature, with 90% of the catch being taken within a few kilometers from the shore, in depths not exceeding 20 meters. A variety of small-scale boats are used: canoes with and without outriggers, dhows, and large plank boats called mashua. The fishermen use traditional gear including dema traps, hook and line, fixed traps, and nets. It is a fishery that has changed very little since time immemorial. There are about 15,000 to 20,000 full-time fishermen in Zanzibar, supported by about 6,000 artisans and craftsmen who build and repair boats, manufacture gear such as basket traps, and make and repair nets. Still more are engaged as boat tour guides for tourists who pay well to dive on the coral reefs. In addition, there are those involved in processing and marketing fish. Despite the apparent chaos and noise of fish landing sites, the business of buying and selling goes ahead with remarkable efficiency. In 1988, recognizing the importance of the fisheries sector, the Zanzibar government issued a marine policy aimed at increasing production, raising the income of the people, and increasing export earnings. Incentives were provided, such as tax-free importation of engines and gear, and soft loans to those involved in fishing. Virtually every coastal village participates are based on long-held cultural traditions, which assign most household chores, such as fetching water, preparing food, and cleaning, to women. Women are traditionally responsible for the health and well-being of society in their roles as wives and mothers. Less widely recognized is the fact that women are often managers of the local environment and effective controllers of large sectors of the economy. Without diminishing their role in bearing and raising children, women are the heart of economic activities in most communities through agriculture, gardening, poultry keeping, and a wide variety of activities related to the sea. Many of these activities are in what is often regarded as non-conventional fisheries. They cover a broad spectrum, including handling, marketing, processing, and harvesting of a wide variety of resources from the sea. Among the most common types of fishing practices by women along the coast of Zanzibar are mosquito net fishing, collecting sea cucumbers and cockles, and hunting for octopus. By far, the most common method is to fish from the beach using a large, fine mesh net like a mosquito net, or a cloth about 5 meters in length. Wading out from the shore in a group, they search for a school of fish. When they find it, they encircle it. As the women with the cloth lower it into the water, the rest, shouting and splashing with their hands or feet, or with coconut leaves or sticks, drive the school into the net. The obvious disadvantage of this type of fishing is the size of fish caught and the resulting long-term damage to stocks. Mostly sardines and other young small fish are caught this way. They contribute to the subsistence diet, and some are dried for sale. In recent years, some women of Roa village on a common sight along most beaches in Zanzibar during low spring tides is women with their children collecting cockles and other shellfish. In an hour or so, 100 to 200 animals can be collected, sufficient to feed a family of 5. Processing is done right on the beach by boiling or smoking the bivalves and stringing the meat on sticks like kebab or mshikaki. Another common activity is to collect colorful shells to sell to tourists. This practice is discouraged, however, to prevent depletion. Women are the primary hunters of octopus, a favorite dish of Zanzibar. It takes a lot of time and patience, bending down to peer into the water for the holes favored by octopus, searching for glimpses of tentacles that show a hole is occupied. Then the hunter carefully approaches without disturbing the water. When she is in position, she pushes the spear into the hole, probing the tunnel to find the octopus and secure it well on the spear. The spear is then withdrawn and the octopus is cleaned thoroughly, especially the blank ink that is extruded and placed in a bag as the hunt continues. Octopus meat is tough and fibrous and difficult to eat unless it is softened up by beating and scrubbing with sand within a few hours of being caught. Allow the animals to grow and increase the harvest over the long term. Clearly, some of these women understand natural cycles and the importance of managing the environment on which they depend. This sensitivity to the environment extends to other coastal resources as well. Some women's groups have organized to replant trees, particularly the species Casuarina, known locally as mvinje, which is an important source of firewood. In this way, they can supply firewood for most communities in Zanzibar while conserving the environment by replacing trees they have cut down. In Zanzibar town, Zanzibar Fisheries Corporation has a semi-industrial pelagic fish processing operation in which a number of women are employed. They sort the fish and pack them in boxes for freezing. They are also involved in marketing for the corporation, dealing with large numbers of customers eager to buy the small, low-cost fish. Means a lot to Bibi Indira because she is a divorcee with several children. She not only earns enough to support her family, she really enjoys her work. Bibi Indira would like to develop her business further and is confident she could do so if she could get appropriate assistance. She earned her nickname Indira Gandhi after the famous former Prime Minister of India because of her wits, her strength, and her ability to confront any situation and many challenges in her day-to-day activities. Women should fear nothing, she says. There is no work that is bad as long as it is legitimate and earns income. Still today, in most villages, the fish trade is dominated by men. Cultural taboos keep women from selling what they catch in the markets. Instead, they give it to their children or their husbands to sell for them. Since 1989, seaweed farming has contributed to a significantly improved standard of living in a number of Zanzibar's coastal villages. Every aspect of seaweed farming is dominated by women, from tying seedlings to the strings, through weeding, harvesting, and drying to selling it to the local buyers. Of the 2,700 tons of dry seaweed exported annually to Denmark and the United States, 90% is in fishing activities. Two of them, located in Nungwi, have colorful names that capture the spirit of their founders. Sebu Shari, keep away from evil, and Kuuliza si ujinga, to ask is not foolish. Women are now beginning to contribute more to the management of fisheries activities through participation in extension services and research. At the Institute of Marine Sciences, Zanzibar, women work as researchers, technicians, and administrators. They conduct research in all areas of marine sciences. This researcher and her assistant are studying the reproductive biology of the Indian mackerel, known locally as kibua. It and sardines are fished on a semi-commercial scale. What is learned through this research will contribute to government planning for and management of the island's fisheries. Women technicians also assist in maintaining the Marine Institute Fish Museum and with weighing and taking measurements of fish and a wide variety of other research activities. Collection of data and statistics is very important for fisheries planning and management. In Zanzibar, both men and women are employed as statisticians in the government fisheries statistics section. Here, women statisticians in the field assist in data collection. Back in the office, they use computers to input the data for analysis and to prepare reports. In Zanzibar, both men and women respect the basic traditions of their culture. Women remain proud to be wives and mothers, responsible for the well-being of their children and the caring of their homes. But gradually, some of the more prohibitive customs are changing as they take their place alongside men in work from which they were long excluded. As we have seen, women are now engaged in all activities related to fishing, processing and marketing seafood, as well as in research and support services. Yet their very significant involvement in the artisanal fisheries sector has never been recognized in government planning. Every aspect of utilizing the marine resources of the islands. The contribution of women of Zanzibar working in the fisheries sector must be recognized officially, and they must receive their fair share of assistance to enhance their production capacity and improve their standard of living. Positive action in this will enable them to contribute even more to national development and the economy of their country. First step is to listen to them and learn what are their specific problems and needs.
Baharini tumemilia boti mpaka leo hatujaipata. Kwa kule anayekuja mnataka nini? Tunataka boti, tunataka nguo, tunataka viatu, na akafika kule kimya.
The next step is to address these in a constructive way.
Wanawake wanahitaji kutokuachwa nyuma katika kutoa maamuzi, au wenyewe waachiwe waweze kufikiria, kuyajua kwanza matatizo yao. Mtu at least aweze kujua matatizo yangu ni yepi.
Significant users of the environment. So it is essential that they learn how to use the environment wisely, to conserve its bountiful resources for their own benefit and the benefit of the future generations. For development to succeed, decision makers cannot afford to ignore the roles played by and the particular talents of women as individuals and as indispensable partners in improving family and community living standards and as significant contributors to the fisheries of Zanzibar.